What is up, guys? Today we're back with another gallery review, taking a look at 4 cars that were recently uploaded that we think are awesome.
These are incredibly unique cars. Again, expensive wheels, cheap cars, expensive cars, cheap wheels. Whatever you got, best fitment, that's what we're here to look at today.
Now, before we get into the video, please do us a favor, drop a like on the video, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, upload your car to our gallery so you can be one of the next videos, enter our fitment battles, buy some wheels from our website, buy some tires from our website. I think that's about it. Let's get into it.
So, starting out here, we have a 2001 Saturn.
FCRX 7?
FCRX 7, something with pop-ups, no. 2001 Saturn SW2.
Ford Probe?
Ford Probe, something. This is something I usually see driven by a...
Grandma.
Grandma.
Grandma, yeah.
Grandma. It's a station wagon. It's got mismatched body colors.
There's a lot of colors on this
There's a lot going on, but this is the definition of the wheels are more expensive than the car itself.
So we're looking at Broken John's 2001 Saturn SW2. This is a Saturn wagon that I don't know much about because who cares about Saturn? I'm sorry, man. Who cares about Saturn, really, at the end of the day? But, except like the Sky Turbo, that was kind of cool. This thing's really, really sick because obviously there's a lot of fabrication work in this. You can see it's got a ton of rear camber. It's got a ton of front camber too, which is something that requires extending LCAs or slotting camber plates or whatever, which means dude put in a ton of work on this car, which I have immense respect for. He's running these 4-lug SSR SP1s in 17 by 10.5 -32, which is fucking insane on a Saturn. You are wild, good stuff. For tires, could you guys list the fucking brand of your tires, please?
Actually, we could probably see
215/40 cheapest. Unfortunately, cheapest is
Centara Vantris.
Yeah, it doesn't say cheapest. So cheapest is not a tire brand, but I understand what you're going for.
Coilovers, it's of
Static.
course tucked.
Static.
Yeah, static gang right here. Which with a car like this, do you really care if you hit that speed bump? No, exactly. That fender might fly off, but shoot, that's kind of the style he's going for.
How many miles a year do you think this car drives?
More than it should. I have a
Zero is probably the right number.
I have a feeling he does not put it away for the winter.
I'm gonna guess that as well. It looks cool, man. I assume his name is John. John, I fucking hate your headlights. Please stop doing this. Because it's not you,
No,
it's 240 owners.
You can run it on 240s, you can run it on your FC, you can run it on your Jeep.
You could also throw them in the fucking garbage and buy the
That too.
OEM headlights.
Yeah.
But the rest of your car's cool, so we give you a pass on the headlights.
Awesome. You know what's funny? I actually think that's a 240 front bumper.
It's a fucking light bar. No, it's not a pig nose. It looks like it, but it's not a pig nose
it's
bumper.
not. I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about that gap right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this thing's really cool.
Yeah.
And
unique. That's the
it goes to show that you don't have to have some big baller car. Like, it's awesome to see, a G80 on work wheels, but it's also really, really cool to see something someone's put a ton of time, effort, energy, money, lots of money into. And we'd love to see this thing driving on the road. I'm sure that our editors, yeah, see, it's a Saturn badge on the fender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure editors are gonna find some clips of this thing driving, so I'm sure it looks insane.
Is that a carbon fiber hood?
That hood fitment's a little...
Huh?
John?
That fitment's a little...
Good thing we're looking at your wheel.
Looking at your wheels, yeah, we'll just cover up the, yeah.
All right, well, score time?
Score time. I can't
He
give
picked
it
this one. He picked this
I
one.
can't give it a high score because it's kind of, no disrespect, it's kind of a piece of shit, but like that's the fun of it. I'm gonna give it like a 6 for like fun because this is definitely super fun and I can imagine just dragging framing this thing not giving a shit. It looks really cool. I love the camber. I love the wheel setup. I love the uncommon platform. 6 out of 10.
I was gonna agree, about the same. I mean, shit, throw it over a speed bump, you don't care.
Yeah, literally. I want to do 80 over a speed bump and then just put the wheels on another car. All right.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
All right.
We've got Ryoku WRX with the big shocker here. I'm gonna guess the WRX. How fucking funny would it be if it was an STI? And yeah, anyway. Sitting on 18.5 plus 38 work motion T7R. You're really original with that sizing. I've never seen that done before in an STI, by the way. Really, not once. Which is actually the perfect size for WRX and STI, so good job there. Car is on Pilot Sport 4S's, balling out on the tires. Good job. Air suspension, tuck fitment, no rubbing. I don't believe that. No spacers.
Well, we don't really have a picture of his ride.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, dude drives it low. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, stop,
Yeah, so you're one of
lying.
those guys.
Stop lying. Don't lie.
Don't
I know
lie.
it, brother. Damn, he's got some cool aero parts too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very safe, safe build. I mean, it's tucked. You don't have to worry. Again, he might not actually be rubbing at all. I can kind of believe that. But again, it's a very safe route. We know these wheels fit. We've seen them time and time again. And it looks clean.
T7R is a great wheel too.
Exactly.
T7R is probably one of Workwheel's best new models.
Yeah, not to say it's safe because it's bad or anything. It's just safe because you know it's tried and true and it's been done over and over again.
Really pretty color too.
Oh, and that blue, yeah. Is that a wrap?
I think it's a factory color, just an uncommon one. We can cut to a clip of Nico talking about his one of three, one of nine or whatever.
Off camera, just
Nico's got a list of how many of the blue ones have been crashed.
Also, baller tires for a car like this. I feel like you don't really see the stance guys running.
Yeah, Pilot Sports or anything like that. Usually they're running the 215/40 cheapest. The bumper vent's cool. I want to talk about the bumper vent because that's a really cool little piece.
I think that's the Varus kit. No,
it looks like a C63 bumper vent.
I think
it could be a Varus kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I'm 99% sure.
Well,
we're probably wrong, but
congrats on your C63 bumper vent. I'm not calling it anything but that. I don't care how much you spend on Varus. I like this car a lot. I'd like to see it with cooler mirrors. I'd like to see it with that gurney flap on the stock wing. Carbon lip is great, but it needs a few more carbon accents. But this is a really pretty car. There's clearly a lot of money in it. It looks really, really, really nice, and it's not over the top. Also expensive,
which
real
means
parts.
if it's not a wrap, that means you got the body panel, the new body kit painted. Which
let us know in the comments, because we'll tag you in this. Let us know in the comments. Is it a wrap?
Wrap or paint? I mean, and Ozatec's doing some great stuff nowadays. So
there's a lot of good wraps out there.
Look really good.
Versus when I first got into cars and the wraps looked like in the orange peel, looked just like liquid orange peel poured on your car.
Even the livery on my car, it's just a livery. Looks good.
This thing looks great. Air suspension's great. I mean, you're gonna have people saying like, "Oh, you ruined a sports car." Whatever, bro. It's air suspension.
No, literally, and it's a WRX.
And it's WRX,
STI or anything.
Yeah.
I personally would work on. It's not my favorite fitment.
I like it. I think
it?
it's fine. Because the reason being, like, I could see getting in this car and driving it to work every single day, 365 days of the year. The fitment looks fine. The tire size is good. This is like a great hybrid of like show car daily driver that you can literally take to, I don't go to car shows. Clean Culture is Clean Culture a car show? Yeah, you can go to Clean Culture on the weekend, and you can drive it to work on Monday.
And that's what I meant by safe. It will do all that work and everything. But as far as if you're going to full balls to the wall show car, it is missing some things.
What if it's got some performance stuff?
WRX is...
I mean, dude spent money on the Varus kit, and this is the generation that doesn't blow up when you breathe on it. So.
That is also true, and people like to claim, I think it's just a WRX thing, like to claim that the WRX is slightly more reliable than
bro.
STI.
Yeah, it's way better.
It's WRX.
Yeah. Cool. I like your car, man. I'm going to give you an 8 because I don't like over-the-top bullshit, and this is very understated. I like your wheel setup. I'm biased towards C7Rs. I like the color. Even though I
hate copying your score every single time, but you're really hitting it on the nail there. It is an 8. Again, I'd like to see the wheel fitment a little bit more aggressive, but that's just me. If I'm going to go balls to the wall, kind of show cars as far as the lip kit and everything, but yeah.
No, it looks great. Alrighty, on to the next one.
I wonder why this guy picked this.
04 Volkswagen Jetta. Does it smell like crayons?
All right, so this is kind of not what I was talking about in the previous one, but kind of what I was talking about, right? Like the old giveaway car we used to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So, 2004 Volkswagen Jetta.
GLI?
We got a Jetta fan right here.
GLI? Yes, no, maybe so.
It's something.
Man, imagine if...
I think that's paint.
No. Imagine if Joseph built in a trim level parameter. Imagine if we had a trim level parameter on the gallery. Imagine if there was a trim level thing on the gallery.
Imagine doing a gallery where we don't try to roast Joseph about...
Imagine if there's... Yeah, it's never going to happen. Joseph, imagine if you added a trim level, though. It'd be really cool. No, I don't think it's a GLI, because one, it is missing the trunk badge, which might be debadged, but I think the arrow is wrong. But I don't know. Carson Sterling, very nice. 2004 Volkswagen Jetta. Sitting on 17 by 10.5 work, emits V1s, very rare wheels, very expensive. In 1710.5, negative 16, 1710.5, negative 33, weird sizing. 205/40 full way HP 108 tires.
You put the tire on there. Thank you.
For not putting cheapest.
Yes.
Although, sitting on coilovers. Brave man.
Oh, I just realized that. Wow.
Mark IV oil pans are made of glass. So anyone who hasn't had a Mark IV before, I'll try to find like a video of this somewhere online. The oil pan actually sits below everything else. So literally it's like the sump is like below the subframe, and they're made out of like the most lightweight aluminum on the planet, and they crack when you breathe on them.
Well, it could be better than the Mark 7s.
Nope.
Which I had, which are made of plastic. And
genuinely, honest to God, would rather have a plastic oil pan.
Well, tell that to 3-year-old Ian, not 3-year-old. 3 years ago, I cracked my oil pan, and I wasn't even low.
Bro, I had a stock height TDI, and thanks to California roads, I cracked like 4 oil pans. So,
lovely. Well, they made it easy to swap at least.
Yeah, it's like fucking...
they knew.
Bro, just instead of oil changes, Mark IV owners just fill the new oil pan with oil and bolt it.
That's actually every 15,000 miles on the Mark 7s, you're supposed to swap the oil pan. Mark 7 owners, you know what I'm talking about.
Volkswagen just makes a fucking car. I love Volkswagen Audi, but man, they make some All right, so back to this. So I was in the Volkswagen scene for a long time. I really like OEM Plus setups. He has really nice headlights. He has the chrome door handles, the brush mirror caps. There's a lot of OEM Plus parts. The taillight thing I actually don't know about, and I'll admit I don't know. No, like I don't know what it's from. I think the car looks really good. I like this color too. Okay, so I don't like a lot of camber on Volkswagens. I don't really like Japanese wheels on Volkswagens. I'm kind of a purist about them, and I'd like to see this car with BBS RSs or LMs or like Schmidt TH lines or Carline CM6s or something like that. I understand the style he's going for, but if you're gonna do OEM Plus stuff like brush mirror caps and shit like that, I'd really like to see a European wheel on the car with maybe a little less camber and frankly with air suspension.
Well, I think that's what he's going for, is being different. I feel like at every one of these clean culture or like one of these car showcases, you see the Jetta on the RSs, you see the Jetta on some other European wheel. So it's very common. Whereas, granted, I think of the past few years, JDM wheels on Euro cars, JDM wheels on American cars have gotten really popular. But I think one, that's a V1.
V1 emits.
V1 emits. That's already bonus points there. But also, I mean, so just that multi-spoke style really fits this car, whether it is the JDM wheel or any other Euro wheel. So, but yeah, really clean. Dude, I cannot believe this is static.
I want to dwell on this thing for a minute here, and this is kind of a little bit off topic, but I think when you have a formula that ain't broke, like, don't fix it. So like, I've had a lot of out there setups on cars. I've had a lot of more traditional setups on cars. By no means am I bashing on this car, because it's fucking beautiful, and I think emits are incredibly rare wheels, and I totally understand the setup. I just am of the opinion that if you're going to do a Volkswagen and you're going to do an OEM Plus look, again, the mirror caps, the headlights, the door sills. I don't know if there's.
No? It is wide body.
No, I don't think so. Oh fuck! The rear is wide body.
The front and the rear, OEM Plus.
I would still. Well, the wide body looks OEM. I would still go with a European wheel on this car because, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like OEM Plus on a Volkswagen is just peanut butter and jelly, bro. They go together so well. So I would love to see this car on. If he wants to keep the kind of like cool camber style or whatever, I'd like to see it on maybe like some car lines or something, and then take the window tint off. And those would be the only two changes I'd make.
That is interesting. A lot of like this kind of crazy static showcase show car VW builds, they run the no tint. Yeah, that's kind of like the staple.
The fishbowl look. Yeah,
the fishbowl look. While it might suck wherever
driving
you are, driving it, and everybody's looking at it and seeing what crackhead's driving this. There is something to be said about.
You can't pick your nose in traffic.
No, exactly.
Or you can. You can just mug on everyone.
It also exposes the interior of your car, and let's be honest, most early Volkswagens don't have the greatest.
I wonder what he's got for interior, because it doesn't look like stock seats.
Yeah, those look like some kind of Recaro or Sparco.
Or they could just be out of a newer Volkswagen.
That too. Yeah. But I mean, I know a lot of these Volkswagen builds do really good interiors.
They do,
and everything, and everyone they redo it. They got the plaid in there.
I love the plaid. I love the plaid. Yeah.
Huge fan of the plaid. So I mean, that's just personal. Like, if I'm gonna do a car like that, I would want people to see.
You know what it kind of feels like to me? It kind of feels like it doesn't really have that much of a direction, right? Like, he's got emits, which are really cool wheels, and he's got a wide body, which is a really cool setup. But then he's got like these glass headlights, and he's got like the OEM Plus door sills and mirror caps and blah blah blah. The taillights, which I don't know if they're OEM or not. And he's got.
I don't think they are. It's just from a certain style. I mean,
he's got that kind of trunk lid thing, which is like the OEM Plus little deck lid spoiler. So I would love to see it. Well, one, I love it right now. I picked it for a reason. It looks really good. But I'd love to see it pick a direction. Either go crazier, maybe wrap it some fucking like out there hot boy color, and do like keep your emits. You know, maybe rechrome them, do them a little bigger, whatever, and have like this crazy out there hot boy setup. Or go a little bit back towards that conservative OEM Plus setup, one of the two. Rating?
Rating. I'm a big Volkswagen fan. You're a big Volkswagen fan.
I think we're going to judge it a little harder than other cars, to be fair as well. Because it is a Volkswagen.
I would personally give it a 7. While I hate saying that, especially we gave the Subaru an 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what your rating is.
I'm gonna give him an 8, and the only reason being, it's just there's so much work in this car, and the wheels are really baller. However, I want to point something out here. When you guys are at car shows, little tip for you. Been going to car shows for a very, very long time, and then I stopped going to car shows because car shows are cringe. Drive your cars. When you go to a car show and you have a wheel with a waffle cap, and please editors highlight this. When you go to a show and you have a waffle cap, take your waffle cap off and rotate it so that the logo is facing upward, like facing the correct direction on all 4 wheels. It's a really, really minor touch. Judges actually do look for it and do care about it, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah. And we might need to do another video about car show judges. We did one a while ago if you want to go find that. But again, yeah, it's little tips and little tricks like that. That goes along with the clear window tint as well. Because the odds are you're not going to leave your door open. You don't want to drain a battery or anything like that. So the clear tint lets you look inside the interior. You're like, hey, look, some work was actually done to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a clean car.
Yeah, circling
really
back, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 7, 8 out of 10. Yeah. It's a hard 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think so, and I really think that each car is judged in a vacuum. It's not judged against other cars, so it's a really interesting build.
Wow, we spent a lot of time on it. All right,
we're gonna spend a lot of time on this one too.
Yes. To close it out, you might be looking at this car from afar. You're like, why did you guys pick this?
So I saw it in the gallery. I was picking these out, and I saw it in the gallery, and I was like, what the f***? Like, it's basically a stock car. And then I saw the color, and I was like, oh, maybe it's an intercooler in there. And like, it looked really, really clean. I was like, oh, well, I wonder. This thing looks nuts. Like, go to the engine bay shot. I think it's a B series if you want to zoom in.
Pop up behind us.
B, K, B, K, K, B. K series. Turbo K series. And the turbo's f***ing huge. That turbo's like a 64, 66 kind of size.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, big ass turbo.
Big turbo. Bigger than my fist.
I don't know what this thing makes. Click on this.
Nico looked at
Bigger than my head. Click on his Instagram. You're not connected to the internet. But our internet provider, Spectrum, be the best.
Yep.
So this thing has, I would imagine, this thing probably rips.
1998 Honda Civic, owned by RHD right-hand
drive Mehmet.
Right-hand drive Mehmet. Oh wait, is it right-hand drive?
Yeah, it's got to be right-hand drive.
Oh,
I think it's right-hand drive. That's
double sick. Okay.
I wonder if it's an actual import or if it's converted. I think
that is interesting. A lot of Civics, like, people found a way to convert it, so they'd rather convert it than.
So this was a little before your time. I'm gonna show my age here for a minute, but I remember back in like, I don't know, 2011, 2012, going to like East Coast Honda Meet or whatever, and the right-hand drive conversions, if you had that shit back then, you had like a DC2 with the JDM front end, with a right-hand drive conversion, paying like championship white or something, you were like the most baller motherfucker on the planet. That was like the coolest shit ever. And you'd see this stuff, and like you and all your little Honda boys from your little fucking small town in North Carolina would see this and be like, bro, this is fucking crazy. One day I want to have a car like that. And now that you can import these, it's like, oh, cool, another JDM front. So it's crazy how much that culture has evolved over the last 10 years.
Well, I think that has to do with the old 25-year rule. It's being a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper to import those cars now. So it's a little bit more ease of access. Oh, and social media has absolutely blown up everything.
But it's cool to see clean ones, because a lot of the ones you're getting as imports are thrashed. So.
And he's not on any cheapo wheels either. He's on some really nice 16x8 Work Stark 2s.
Work Carving Stark 2.
Carving Stark.
So Carving Stark was like a submodel, and it was produced by Work, and you can call it Work Carving Stark or call it Carving Stark or whatever you want to call it. Just don't call them broke. These are really cool. I wonder if the sizing is wrong, or if it's like a drag setup, because we have 16.845 in the front, 16.745 in the rear, which is entirely possible given what kind of power it looks like.
He's on some Toyo R888Rs.
Yeah.
Which, they're good tires.
I don't think they hook worth shit at this power level.
This guy's got experience with them. I don't think
they're
loud. Yeah. I mean, if you're not in California or a dry state, it's
spoon caliper.
Spoon
caliper, really.
Hello.
Yeah. I think this thing probably has a drag setup, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it's a meaty tire, and that's what I'm saying. When we do these fitment, or when we do the fitment battles and everything, everyone's like, "Oh, why did that car make it there? Why did that car?"
Man, I noticed that one. Y'all are weird about that shit.
You don't have to have some crazy stance out car fender to lip. You can literally have tire to lip too, which this does.
Tire to fender.
Tire to fender. Yeah, tire to fender.
No rubbing or scrubbing. I don't buy it. You guys gotta stop lying.
I don't buy it.
Stop lying.
5mm space.
5mm space in the front to probably clear the spoon caliper. It's 5 lug. You know, this could be an import, or you could have CTR hubs. It's hard to say. Hey, if you watch this video, let us know. Is this an import? Is it a CTR? Is it swapped? Like, what's
and
the
always,
chassis?
if you guys see your car in the video and everything, throw a little, like, just note section in the comments.
Throw an eggplant emoji in the comments.
Yes. But seriously, give us a little detail. Be like, is there something that we missed? Something that we misspoke about?
The taillights, I think, are EK9 Type R taillights as well, but I'm not as much of a Honda guy. Not as much of a Honda guy as I once was. I like the muffler. I like that it's not like the fart can style, and that it's the turn down.
I love that. I want to do that on the GS. Turn down.
The lip kit looks really good. This is a really pretty car.
I almost said it was subtle, but the color says it.
Yeah. This is a really pretty car.
Yeah. Awesome.
Man, I think we're gonna have. What's your score on this one?
I'm not a big Honda guy, honestly, and I gotta respect like good Honda builds. I gotta give it like a 7.5.
Okay, this is gonna be my first 10. So congratulations, you have a 10.
Wow.
Here's the reason being, a lot of the cars that I see nowadays, social media, in our gallery, online, whatever, are 60%, 80%. They've got, you know, maybe a turbo kit and an exhaust and a this and a that, but they don't have good wheel fitment. They don't have, this guy has fresh paint, and that's paint, it's not a wrap. He's got really nice aero. He's got really clear fucking headlights, which are clearly new. It's right-hand drive. It's got really nice period correct wheels, spoon calipers, motor swap, turbo setup. In the engine bay, you can see a lot of really baller parts. I can't call them out specifically because I'm not that big on like the Honda motor setup stuff. Even down to like the side markers, I can tell like aftermarket side markers, or not aftermarket, probably OEM plus. This is a prime example, guys, of like, look, the TikTok build is fun. You know, you get your FRS, put big wheels on it, you put a kit on it, you make a bunch of videos, you pan and zoom and all that shit, but then you're done with it after 3 months. This is clearly a labor of love. This car's been built over years and years and years and years, or it's been built with a lot of money over like not years and years, but it's a complete build. Everything is touched on it. And getting into, you know, we got a new series coming for you guys that we'll talk to you more about later, but getting, you know, just here. But complete builds are something that I think is going away, and you're seeing people just do stuff like for, you know, we call them scene points back in the day, but doing it for, you know, clout or likes or whatever. This is clearly built for him.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so easy nowadays to just do coilovers and wheels and call it a day, because so many cars just look good with that.
Well, and modern cars are fast out of the box too. So it's like you can build like, you know, we got one of our machinists here. He has a M340i. It's got coilovers. It's got Workmeister L1 3-piece,
downpipe and an OTS.
Downpipe and an OTS tune, and it makes, you know, over 400 wheel horsepower. It looks great, it sounds great, it's this, it's that, but on a new car, you don't really have to do all to achieve that.
Yeah, that's where that line between is it a build or is it not a build?
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to do. I mean, this is obviously a build. Something like this, you can't say no, this is not a build. Whereas something like newer like that, you've got to be like, well, how easy was it to do all that? Is it really a build, you know? So,
yeah, and is it turnkey? So yeah, 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna get roasted in the comments for saying this is 7.5. I just don't know Hondas as well. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of them.
Can we put some like stake.com style casino graphics with some coins shooting up and shit on the 10 out of 10?
Congrats. And then we'll have a separate board of all of our only 10 out of 10s.
Only 10s.
Only 10s.
It looks good.
Looks good.
Looks sick.
All right.
Well, let's get a Honda dealership.
I was thinking that, yeah.
It looks like it's a Honda dealership.
That makes even more sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Probably gets some nice OEM parts then from the
beautiful fucking car.
Amazing car.
Congratulations on the build, brother.
I think that was the perfect ending then. The 10 out of 10 car for the last one there. And I mean, look, if you want your car judged by us, or if you just want it, you know, up on the YouTube in the gallery, upload it to our vehicle gallery. It's super easy. It takes about less than 5 minutes even. And make sure you upload quality pictures. These are all good photos.
Yes, these are beautiful pictures.
These are all good photos. Good photos. Upload it to our vehicle gallery. You can compete in our next month's fitment battle. We haven't picked anybody up for that yet, so
get a cool prize for next month too.
Oh yeah, we haven't dropped that yet, but it's happening.
One of our favorite brands is hopping on board to help us out next month with the prize on that, so we're really excited about that. Unless you have anything else to say, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, or the boss is going to make us go back to doing email marketing. Go ahead and if you see yourself in the video, you know, let us know more about your setup. Upload your car to our vehicle gallery and buy some fucking wheels off the website, please.
You said it better, please.
Please buy them.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. See you guys.